Hello everyone, welcome to the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. I'm Charles Watts, the Arsenal correspondent at Goal. Thought I'd give a little live broadcast, first try on this channel. So I'm sitting here waiting for kick-off. We are about, trying to find a clock here, we're about 20 minutes away from kick-off I think. Both sets of players warming out in front of me now. Just quickly show you what I can see, hold on. So there's two teams out there warming up. I'll show you a little bit more of that in a minute because I'm sure you'll probably want to watch a little bit of that rather than looking at my ugly face. But I thought I'd quickly pop on and talk through the team news. I'm sure you've probably seen it by now. The big news for Arsenal, certainly, Thomas Partey is back. Been training the last couple of days. I've been told he's he's been working his arse off in training and in rehab and in recovery to get himself fit for this game. And he's managed it. He's had 2 extensive days training. Full training as well on Friday and Saturday, and he is in the centre of midfield. I'm just watching the team go through their paces at the moment. It'll be interesting to see the lineup because it could go two ways for Arsenal. It could go with a 3-4-3 with Bellerin playing as a sort of left-sided centre-back with Holding and Gabriel, and then you could have the two wing-backs of Saka and Bellerin, then you have Xhaka and Partey in the middle, and then Willian right, Orba left and Lacazette up front. Or you could go 4-2-3-1 with this formation with just Xhaka and Xhaka and Partey sitting in the middle, and then having Saka on the left, Laka in the number 10 role that he played so well in against on Thursday night in the Europa League in the number 10 role. Willian on the right and Aubameyang as a central striker. So it'll be interesting to see exactly how they do it. I'm kind of watching at the moment as they're warming up, and we're not getting any clues yet. They're not doing it really in the formations. Although I am watching Aubameyang in the centre now, and Lacazette's just missed a good chance, good header. But it'll be interesting to see exactly how they line up in the first couple of minutes, because like I said, it could go either way. There's two formations really that Mikel could play with this one. So we'll have to wait and see exactly what it is. I think certainly if Thomas Partey wasn't here, I can't imagine Arsenal would have played with a back four, because they would just left them really exposed if they went with midfield of Xhaka and Ceballos in front of a back four. Not sure that would have been good enough. But with Partey there, it does give him the option, I think, of playing in the back four and basically letting Partey be the kind of destroyer. I don't want to label him as that really, but the guy who almost sits on Kane in those deeper positions and stop Harry Kane getting so much of the ball, and almost acting as the playmaker that he has been for Spurs recently. I'll just go through Spurs' lineup. Lloris is in goal. There was doubts over Lloris coming into this, but Lloris makes it, so he's in goal and is captain. Then Aurier, Alderweireld, Dyer, Reguilon, Højbjerg, Sissoko, Lo Celso, Bergwijn, Son and Kane. No Ndombele for Tottenham. He apparently declared himself unfit today, this morning, so no Ndombele for Spurs, and I know from a few of my Spurs mates who have been reacting to that team news, they're very, very disappointed that he's not playing today. I'm seeing a fair few questions pop up, and as I'm new to this, I can't sort of. Oh, there you go. I'm going to pop down now and try and answer your summer questions, although there's loads of them, so it's quite hard to get through these. In fact, I'll tell you what, I'll go back and answer some of your questions that you've lined up in a minute, because the team will be heading back down the tunnel in a minute. So before they do that, you probably want to watch some of the warm-up. So here's a little bit of warm-up for you from the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. few of you I can see on the questions here, you're asking me why Pablo Mari's not available. I just don't think he's ready yet for the Premier League. Obviously, it was his first game in midweek in the Europa League. I just think it's a little bit early for him to rush him back in for the Premier League. Probably needs a couple more games yet before he's considered for the Premier League. He'll certainly play on Thursday night as long as there's not been any reaction to from his game against Vienna. I'm sure he'll play against Dundalk on Thursday. Probably a couple of under-23 games as well. So that's why there's no Mari. Reece Nelson, I've seen a couple of you ask me, where's Nelson? He is here, Reece Nelson, but he's a 19th man, so he was here in case anyone else dropped out or got injured in the warm-up or anything, but no one has, so he's not going to be involved today. I actually walked past him a minute ago. He was eating some of the press food upstairs, so he's obviously not expecting to play today, but he is here. Ashraf there says that Ainsley Maitland-Niles deserves more than Xhaka. It was a big call, I think, today. Ainsley Maitland-Niles was so good on Thursday night. He must have been close to forcing his way into the starting 11. But Mikel Arteta's decided to go with Granit Xhaka instead of Ainsley Maitland-Niles. I'd like to have seen Maitland-Niles and Partey next to each other. I think you look at their sort of drive and the energy that gives to the midfield. You know, it's certainly a lot more mobile than Granit Xhaka, but Mikel obviously opting otherwise. Eddie says, how fit is Partey? Well, I don't know. All I know is that he's been working very, very hard at London Colney this week to make sure he's available for this game, and he's obviously done that. Whether he can play the full 90 minutes, I doubt it. I think he'll probably get to maybe 60, 70 minutes mark, and then that'll be it, because he hasn't played since that Aston Villa match. But he's clearly been past fit for this one, which is a big, big boost for Arsenal, no doubt about it. Even at 80, 90%, Thomas Partey is better than playing without him. Sanjeb says his lack of playing in the number 10 role. We're not sure yet. We'll have to wait and see how they line up. It could be 3-4-3. It could be the 4-2-3-1. I think I wouldn't be surprised if it's 4-2-3-1 just because Thomas Partey is fit. I think if he wasn't, then it would have been 3-4-3 to give the defence an extra little bit of protection. But with Partey there in front of the back four, I think Arteta will certainly have more confidence to go over back four. Alex says, is Luiz fit? He's not here, so he's obviously deemed not fit enough to play this game. But Arsenal were hoping he was going to be fit. They thought he would be, but obviously not. Which again, I think says a lot about that decision to leave him on against Wolves. Iptaj there says, any update on Nelson? I've already said that. You've obviously missed it at the start of this stream, but Nelson is here. He's a 19th man, so he's just not made the bench, but he is here in case anyone gets injured in a warm-up. Everyone keeps asking for a prediction. I don't like giving predictions, especially ahead of North London derby. I think it tempts fate. So I'm going to sit on the fence and not give a score prediction for this one. I hate it. I get too nervous for these matches, and I don't want to tempt fate by saying what I think is going to happen. Show you what's going on at the other end of the pitch. Dagmari wants me to say Ethiopia. There you go, Ethiopia. McBill says, how many Arsenal fans here? There's no Arsenal fans here. Arsenal fans, away fans aren't allowed in the stadium at the moment. Michael says, how is the atmosphere here? It's good, just like Arsenal on Thursday night. Although there's only 2,000 fans, you know, it made a really good noise at the Emirates, and it's making a really good noise here as well. I think it's a bit different to Arsenal. Arsenal, they were spread around most of the Emirates, or half of the Emirates. Here, they're all congregated in the sort of south stand. They're Borussia Dortmund type stand here. But you know, this stadium's been built. It's very new, obviously, and it's been built with acoustics in mind. So that, although there's only 2,000 here, that noise is going to ring round. Arsenal players now heading back towards the tunnel, I think, to get ready. We're about 10 minutes away from kickoff. Imran says, do you think putting Xhaka in the midfield could make it midfield a bit negative? Possibly more than if Ainsley Maitland-Niles played him, but I think you've got to remember as well, Arsenal are playing one of the best attacking sides in the league at the moment, with two of the best forwards in the world in Son and Kane. And so I think you've got to be. You can't really go gung ho in this sort of match. Teams have done that and they've been beaten by Spurs pretty comfortably. So I think you've got to go with a little bit of a defensive mindset in these sort of matches. I think it'll be quite a similar sort of formation or similar sort of performance to what Arsenal produced up at Old Trafford when they won 1-0 at Man United. I think if they can replicate that here, then Mikel Arteta will be very, very happy.
If you're watching at home, welcome to the show. If you're just joining us, if you're watching in the bowl, it is so good to have you back inside Tottenham Hotspur Stadium.
So yeah, the players have gone back into the change rooms now. Looking at the time, what we got? 15 minutes away from kick-off here at Arsenal. A lot of people asking, would I have picked Ceballos instead of instead of Granit Xhaka? Perhaps, but I don't know. I see it's a tough one for me. I think I'd have almost gone with El Neni over. If El Neni was totally fit and had played recently, I'd have gone with El Neni. I think Partey's best performances for Arsenal have come next to Mohamed El Neni. When he played with Granit Xhaka against Leicester, he was kind of put a little bit bypassed because Xhaka was dropping deep, receiving the ball from the back four, and then but Partey was almost being a little bit bypassed from that. So hopefully that's not going to happen again today.
So, first up, we have got Austin, who is 7 years old.
Right, I'm going to answer a couple more questions, then I'm going to have to go and get ready for kick-off, guys. So, yeah, Imran, there is at least one Gooner in the stand. There is indeed.
Next up, we've got
someone asking about Luiz in the defensive midfield role. It's true, it could be an option for someone. I remember Unai Emery tried it in the last game before he got sacked against Frankfurt. He tried him in the defensive midfield role, and Luiz got injured after about 15 minutes and didn't even make it at half-time. So. Didn't bode very well for Unai Emery trying that, and I always worry about something like that as well. I kind of feel like the managers are clutching at straws almost if you're doing that. So I don't know. I think it almost feel like it's his sort of last attempt to try and salvage something. If you're putting a defender as a defensive midfielder, always a little bit nervous when that happens. And no, I can't live stream the game, I'm afraid. No, I'm not live streaming. Sorry, I can't do that from the match. Right, everyone, I'm going to have to call time on this now. I'm going to get going. Thank you very much for watching. I will try, as long as I get time after the game, I'll try and do my usual player ratings video on here and try and upload that before I leave the stadium. Yeah, wherever you are watching this around the world, watching a game, please do enjoy it. Sit there, fingers crossed that Arsenal end this horrible run of form, and what a place to end it, coming here and beating Spurs. So fingers crossed, everyone, all together on this one. Come on, Arsenal. Speak to you soon.